the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, when a sudden explosion broke the frozen silence in Ukraine's favor, everyone knew. There was a Bayraktar TB2 in the sky. But things seem to have changed a bit. The unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, that Ukraine proudly sent into the skies and even inspired folk songs was now facing its own allies. In May 2023, a TB2 flying over Kyiv lost control and had to be shot down by Ukrainian defense systems. During the early days of the war, footage of TB2s striking Russian targets was frequently shared by Ukraine. However, as time passed, images of TB2s reportedly being shot down by Russia also began to emerge. Eventually, the TB2, once celebrated in Ukrainian songs, was mentioned less frequently. It has been a while since we last saw TB2 footage from Ukraine. The Kremlin claims to have downed hundreds of TB2s since the beginning of the war. But what is the truth? Is the Bayraktar TB2 era coming to an end? Some see this as the fading of a star, while others believe it marks the beginning of a new era in the skies. Let's take a closer look. To understand the success of the TB2, we need to examine what it is and why it has been so effective. The Bayraktar TB2 is a medium-altitude, long-endurance UAV known for its capabilities. It has a data link range of 150 to 200 kilometers, meaning an operator in Istanbul could control a target in Bursa. With an endurance of up to 27 hours, it can stay airborne for nearly twice as long as a commercial flight. It has a payload capacity of 55 kilograms, typically carrying Roketsan-manufactured MAML and MAMC munitions. These munitions make the TB2 a precise sniper in the sky, capable of striking targets with meter-level accuracy. The sharpshooter in the sky, TB2's battlefield impact. Is its success solely due to its features? In Ukraine, the TB2 was deployed with a game-changing strategy. In the first weeks of the war, precise attacks on Russian convoys disrupted supply lines and demoralized Russian troops. The TB2's impact extended beyond these attacks. It served as a reconnaissance tool for troops and a strategic planning assistant for commanders. It continuously patrolled Russian-occupied areas, monitored movements, and provided critical intelligence. Why has its effectiveness against Russia declined? Russia quickly adapted to this new threat. The Kremlin restructured its multi-billion-dollar defense systems to counter TB2s. Advanced radar technologies began limiting the TB2's low-altitude advantage, while electronic warfare, EW systems, jammed communication signals, rendering UAVs ineffective. A military analysis report summarizes this situation. Russia took the Bayraktar TB2 threat very seriously and redesigned its air defense systems accordingly. Indeed, Russia's modernized air defense systems have been optimized to detect TB2s. The Russian military uses advanced EW systems like Krasuka-4 to jam TB2's communication signals, severing its data link. Additionally, systems like R330 ZH-JTEL and Tirada disrupt TB2's GPS signals, making navigation difficult and reducing operational effectiveness. Russian Buk M3 and Tor M2 air defense systems are equipped with radar technologies capable of detecting TB2s even at low altitudes. The TB2's relatively slow speed and large silhouette make it easier for radars to detect. Moreover, Russia's highly mobile air defense units further reduce the TB2's chances of successful strikes. Is this issue exclusive to the TB2? Russia's electronic countermeasures are capable of affecting other UAVs as well. Even if Ukraine employed different drones, they would face similar defensive obstacles. Is the TB2 still effective? The decline in TB2's battlefield performance is not due to technical deficiencies, but rather to large-scale adaptations and electronic countermeasures against it. This is not a severe problem. After all, Ukrainian losses include Bradley and Leopard tanks as well. The destruction of these vehicles does not mean they are ineffective or poorly designed. From a cost-benefit perspective, the TB2 remains incredibly effective. So, is the TB2 still strategically valuable in modern warfare? Yes, when used correctly, it remains a formidable weapon. UAVs are generally more effective against irregular forces rather than conventional armies. In asymmetrical warfare environments like Yemen, Nagorno-Karabakh, and Libya, where air defenses are weak, the TB2's impact is undeniable. The Nagorno-Karabakh War is a prime example. The Azerbaijani military used TB2s to successfully strike Armenian positions, altering the course of the conflict. TB2s pose a significant threat to armored vehicles and logistics convoys, and they create a deadly impact against infantry units stationed in open terrain. Additionally, TB2s are deployed in several African countries for counterterrorism and border security operations. From Sierra Leone to Ethiopia and from Romania to Croatia, the TB2 is recognized as a symbol of deterrent power across various geographies. In summary, the TB2s were able to showcase their strike capabilities initially because the Russians had not yet developed solutions against such platforms. Now, it has returned to its primary role of reconnaissance and surveillance. However, the Bayraktar TB2 is exported to 34 countries worldwide, including NATO member states, for use in fields where it remains effective. Over 600 TB2 units are sold annually. TB2 enhancements. Furthermore, Baykar Defense is making significant efforts to continuously improve the Bayraktar TB2. These advancements are not merely technological improvements, but also an innovation process that directly addresses real needs on the battlefield. Enhanced sensors and optical systems enable the TB2 to hit its targets with millimetric accuracy, day or night, even in challenging weather conditions. Now, it doesn't just detect targets, but can also monitor them for extended periods without being detected by enemy radars. Additionally, software updates enhancing resistance to electronic warfare and more robust GPS systems make the TB2 a dangerous shadow on the battlefield. One of the biggest limitations of the Bayraktar TB2 was its 150 to 200 kilometer data link range. This limitation reduced the TB2's effectiveness, especially in long-range operations. The newly developed TB2S model eliminated this issue with a satellite-controlled communication system, granting it global operational capability. This innovation, made possible through Turkey's indigenous Turksat satellite technology, allows the TB2S to overcome range limitations and operate worldwide. Recently, we saw a video of the TB2 performing an autonomous barrel roll. This was a first in the world for a drone. The autonomous maneuvers performed by the Bayraktar TB2 significantly enhance its battlefield survivability. Especially high-agility maneuvers like the barrel roll play a crucial role in evading missile attacks. During this maneuver, the TB2 rotates along vertical and horizontal axes to evade enemy radar and break missile locks, defending itself. This technique, which makes it harder for missile systems to lock onto the TB2, represents a revolutionary advancement in drone defense capabilities. And now, our UAVs are talking, because artificial intelligence has entered the game. Bayraktar TB2 has a critical advantage on the modern battlefield thanks to AI-supported mission planning and target detection systems. AI optimizes the TB2's target detection and striking processes, analyzing threats within milliseconds and making the most accurate attack decisions. At the same time, through continuously learning algorithms, the TB2 uses field experience data to keep improving its operational performance. Thus, it can more effectively overcome enemy defense systems and successfully execute complex missions during operations. These technological advancements transform the Bayraktar TB2 from merely an unmanned aerial vehicle into a highly operationally flexible platform capable of self-defense under harsh combat conditions. These features make the TB2 indispensable, especially for budget-conscious militaries. A TB2 fleet can be managed at a fraction of the cost of traditional air assets while delivering similarly effective results. Finally, are our drones now ineffective against Russian-style military defense systems? Actually, no. Turkey is developing many UAVs tailored to different operational scenarios. Bayraktar TB3, Kızılelma, Aksungur, Anka 3, and many others we haven't even heard of yet. As for the TB2, the subject of our video, it continues to write its own legend. Even as the skies change, the TB2's place will remain constant. Always a threat, always a strategy, and always a hope.